y'all this in the spring?
Get better every single day. I know that's kind of vague to say, but that's our goal. You know, we're going to run our base stuff. We're going to get good at our base stuff, and we're going to continue to run it. Number one. Number two, camaraderie among the players and also the coaching staff. Being new to the program, I think it's very important that me and the coaches are always on the same page. Me and the players are always on the same page. So those will be the two number one goals this spring. Camaraderie of the team and the coaches together, and then getting better every single day.
You talked about it when we talked to you initially, but will the terminology kind of be the same? You said you might just kind of mold it to what the guys are used to. Is that what you're going to kind of do?
Terminology is going to remain the same. We're going to speak the language that these guys have spoken the last couple of years, these players, to make it as simple as them. There are going to be some schemes and some stuff that comes in from me that will be different, that will require new terminology, require them to learn some new things. But it's basically going to be, you know, as I kind of broke it down, 60% of what they've done, 20% what they've done tweaked with my stuff, and then 20% of new stuff.
Talk about being at this point. You know, obviously you're probably really licking your chops because it's a new situation for you, but you've had time to kind of map things out, kind of look over who you have in your personnel, and now it's time to kind of finally put it out there on the field. What's this moment like for you? How exciting is it?
Yeah, I'm very excited, man. I'm excited you get a chance to watch these guys on film. You get a chance to meet with them and talk to them in film room and that type of stuff. But until you get them on the field and live, you know, live and in color and balls flying around and people flying around, that type of stuff is when you really find out, you know, who you got. And, you know, I'm very excited about the personnel. As I told you last time we spoke, very excited about the personnel when I took over, and every day I get more excited about sitting down, talk with them, watching them on film, and then tomorrow and obviously the next 15 practices will be a tell of exactly what we have, exactly, you know, where our guys are, battling out for position, that type of stuff. But to answer your question, man, I'm excited to get started. I'm excited to see what we have, you know, and maybe even confirm what we have. And also see if some of the young guys, some of the guys that haven't played much in the past, see if they can move up the depth chart and help this team out.
Hey Coach, I'm Bobby with KBGK. I work with Ted Lawson. So what kind of relationship do you have with Denarius already? How much have you guys been talking, and how much are you looking forward to kind of banging heads together?
Been talking a lot. Me and Denarius been talking a lot, and you know, if you get to know Denarius, you're in a good relationship with him all the time. You know, he's a very friendly, very open player, which I'm excited about because we need to be able to communicate, and it can't be a one-way street of me talking to him and him disagreeing with everything I say. You know, that's not who Denarius is. So that's why I think the relationship has really, in the early stages, has really taken off in that sense where we're able to communicate with each other and be able to work with each other. So it's not just a one-way street where, hey, this is what we're doing, okay, yes. It's well, this is what we're doing, how do you feel about that? You feel good? Okay, I feel good about that. You know, Coach, I don't feel great about this play, well then we maybe don't run that play as much, or I need to do a better job explaining it to you, that type of thing. And you know, for the chances we've had to talk, it's been very good on both ends. You know, he's excited about, obviously he's excited every day of his life, but he's excited about getting started, of course. He's excited about some of the new tweaks and some of the new stuff that's going in, and excited of some of the new young players that can help this program out that he's been working with all, you know, off season long and that type of stuff. So, so far it's been a really good relationship, and I want to see it getting better every day.
Coach, in the middle part of the season, the offense turned the ball over a little bit. Will that be a point of emphasis in the spring ball to really work on ball security?
That's a point of emphasis. It's a lifestyle. You know, it's not something that you turn on and off. It's a lifestyle, and you know, that's one thing that I feel. You know, I talking to Coach Ash and everybody when I was interviewing here. There's 3 stats that I think matter. It's how many points we score, how many points they score, and turnover margin, because that's the one statistic that directly reflects wins and losses. So that's something that we will preach every day. It's something we will practice every single day, and something that will be talked about and worked on. Because to me, that wins and loses football games.
When you look at this offense, when you came here to Bozeman, what would you say are the strengths of this offense, and what would you say are some areas that are kind of more like weaknesses?
I'll never use the term weakness. You know what I mean? I think the strengths of the offense is the quarterback. I think very much so. I think there's some depth at the receiver position, which I think is one. There's some experience there. Guys have been playing for a long time. And we as a coaching staff are excited about some of the other guys that could step up this spring and fill in that spot to be maybe 6th to a 7th receiver that could possibly play. You know, areas that need to work on, I think, across the board. We gotta continue to find the right mix up front. And I don't say it just about these guys, but that's universal in football, where you're only gonna be as good as those guys up front. And as good as we know Denarius is, and we know Cody and Sean John, the receiving core is, and tight end core, they're only as good as the guys blocking up front. So to me, that's something we're gonna continue to work on a daily basis, and something that, no matter what the situation is, needs to improve on a daily basis. Because that's, again, another situation where football games are won and lost in the trenches up front.
In these first couple practices, what is it that you're really going to be looking for? Obviously, guys probably got to get a little bit of the rust off to actually be out there with the pads on doing stuff, but what is it that you're going to be really paying attention to now that you kind of finally have them out on the field?
There's a lot of things. You know, number one is effort. You know, that's something that's been preached in this program well before I got here, something that I preach everywhere I've ever been, but something that also is something you don't want to have to coach, you know, and guys that are giving great effort naturally give great effort, and young guys watch the older guys give great effort and work. So that's something we're going to continue to preach here and continue to take to that next step and raise the bar in what exactly is great effort, number one. Number two, playmakers. Who can we count on? You know, we're going to go through practice, we're going to put guys in third down situations, we're going to put guys in fourth down situations, we're going to put guys in one-on-one situations, and who makes plays for you. And that's something that you need to know as a coordinator, need to know as a head coach, need to know as a team as to who becomes your guys. You know, on 3rd and 8, who are we getting the ball to? You know, on 4th and 1, what side of the line are we running towards? You know, who are we giving the ball to in that situation? You know, and that to me, we have an idea of who those guys are, but you have to continue to confirm that and continue to get better at that on a daily basis in spring. And that, to me, is something I'm looking for is playmakers and who we can get the ball to in open space and let them go to work.
You mentioned the offensive line. How would you address the depth there in the trenches and the quality of guys there?
It's there. It's there. And me and myself and Coach Mack have to do a great job of finding the 5 best. And that may mean move a guy from maybe tackle to guard, or guard to tackle, or guard to center, whatever it may be. The 5 best offensive linemen are going to play, and then we feel good about maybe a 6th, maybe a 7th, maybe an 8th guy up front that can buy us time. And obviously, by the end of spring, that's become more as guys improve every single day. So the talent is there, the depth is there, the experience is there from last year. Guys are going to be a year older, a year better, a year under Coach Mack, better than what they were in the past. And I think, you know, that's a situation, like I said, the talent is there, the size is definitely there, the ability is there, and we just got to put them in the best situation to be successful. That's our job as coaches, is put those guys in the best situation to be successful.
How does your run game look? What does your run game look like?
Run game looks good. Run game looks good. The running back core, obviously, Cody's been doing it for a long time. You know, Sean John's a guy that has the ability to be a big-time playmaker. Now, can he do it on a day-to-day basis in that situation? We're going to make sure that happens this spring. You've seen myself and Coach Demo, you know. And then the line up front, like I said, it's a situation that's going to continue to get better on a daily basis. We're going to put them in the best situation where they don't have to think as much as they can just come off the ball and be physical and get the line of scrimmage moved.
What do you like to do in the run game? Are you an inside power guy, stretch the line of scrimmage guy?
Got to be able to do it all. Got to be able to do it all. So defense can't just sit there and prepare for one thing, you know. And I think we have the talent. I think we have the ability. And again, I keep saying it. It's our job as coaches to put guys in those situations. You know, who can be our outside runners, who can be our inside runners, who can be both of those guys. You know, get the quarterback involved in the run game. And with this, in the situation I'm you know, Coach Marshall will tell you that you get a quarterback involved in the run game, it's a whole new world now. You know, and if we can get that involved with guys that have been in that run game, inside, outside, misdirection here, there, that's how you become a run game. A good run game, I should say.
You mentioned playmakers. Tanner Roderick's coming in, playing wide receiver. Is he a guy that maybe stretch the field for you on offense?
We're going to find out. We're excited to have him here. And he's a guy that came in, you know, as a quarterback type of guy who's going to play some receiver this year, and we're going to see what he has. And we feel good about what we've seen from him in the workouts and that type of stuff, but until you put a helmet on and start doing things, until you really find out what happens. And preliminary going into spring, we're excited about it. We're going to put him in situations to be successful, put him in situations to prove himself, and we'll see what he can do.
right, Coach.
Coach.